Why is workplace safety such a big deal is the subject of today's eCentral Business Show. I'm John Nayler, joined by Wayne Bramwell again. Thank you very much for coming. Actually, I don't think you've moved at all since the last episode, Wayne.
I just slept.
Okay, well, we've definitely put your phone on silent this time. Now, how have things changed over the years, Wayne? Are less people dying?
Well, yes, there are less people dying. And it's really, over the years, we've changed what's acceptable.
Yeah.
If you think back to, there's fairly famous pictures of people sitting on girders on 30 stories up with their lunchbox.
Yes, okay, those classic sort of US poster stuff, yeah.
No harnesses, swinging sledgehammers into rivets, those sorts of things. That was acceptable back then. And it was acceptable for people to die, unfortunately, in the construction industry. Sydney Harbour Bridge, for instance, had, I saw it the other day, it was only 16 people died on the Sydney Harbour Bridge was the actual statement when you Google it. And I was like, that was actually not many.
What, did they fall off or something?
Some fell off, some from other different risks that are involved in the industry.
Oh, actually, there's all the footings and all that.
Yeah,
there's a multitude of things going on around building a bridge, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, there was 16 people died on that building, that one construction. In Australia now, year to date in September, there was still 160 people died in Australia whilst at work. Didn't go home from work.
Yeah, no, it's a bit sombre. It's a bit sobering, isn't it?
Yeah.
As Australians, or actually the whole world, we don't. Well, at least in Australia, we don't really accept injury, death. It's amongst. And our populace, amongst their family, amongst their workplace. Yeah,
and that's where the government has brought in the Workplace Health and Safety Act because it's not acceptable for people to die at work. So they've put responsibilities on anybody that runs a business or an undertaking, that they have responsibilities on keeping people safe and going home at the end of the day in the same way that they came. Because the acceptable practice of people dying in their workplace like it was 30 years ago isn't. We've grown up and realised that that's not okay.
Yeah.
So people say that it costs so much more to make things. Yeah. How much is a death worth in really dollars? I wouldn't like to put a figure on it. No,
that's right. No, well, actually, they turn around. It does become a figure, doesn't it? Because of the litigation and those sorts of things. Yeah, and I guess that's where Bramwell Partners come in, because you look after compliance, so that in the worst case scenario, business owners become, have a layer of protection. Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah, they certainly have a layer of responsibility, and what business owners effectively need is some advice around where the risks lie for them and what they can do about reducing those risks and ensuring that they are compliant with that Act. The Act is one thing, and actually keeping people safe at work is the second thing. By keeping their workers, employees safe, it's actually also more productive and more beneficial, more profitable for their business.
Yeah, okay.
Because any incident is actually going to cost you dollars as well.
Oh, yeah, and that sort of adds up. Is there going to be some sort of inquiry, time off? What else is in there?
Well, you're going to have work cover costs.
Okay,
You're going to have the potential of downtime.
Yes.
You don't have that qualified worker at work in the first place. You're going to have management involved in the investigation of what actually happened. If it's a very serious incident, fatality, we've seen examples of effectively branches and businesses becoming not profitable for 2-3 years because there's such an effect on everybody in the business.
Okay.
That what could I have done to prevent that? And so people coming to grips with something that's such a bad thing in their business, it can literally ruin a business.
Yeah, I sort of get that. If you sort of look upon your employees and the people you work with, and your clients and the people in the surrounding environment, if they were members of your family, you wouldn't want to see them injured or killed because of some sort of act of the business, yeah? Is that what it comes down to?
Yeah, and that's where effectively our client base is predominantly family-owned and operated businesses.
Okay.
Most family-owned and operated businesses are have a high number of other family, friends and relatives working in those businesses as well. So the people that are working for them are family.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not like family. They actually are their family members.
Yeah, and then there's people that you often hear it like, oh, his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, okay. Now, what are the sorts of things that Bramwell and Partner do? Let's get down to it because we're 5 minutes into this segment.
Sure.
So what are the sorts of things that Bramwell and Partners do for a business? Well, in summary.
Yeah. What we first of all do for our clients, for our potential clients, is we'll go in and do a compliance assessment. We'll look at see what they have in place now and see whether that would make them compliant with the Workplace Health and Safety Act. Okay. Around areas, for instance, like hazard identification and risk assessment, are they actually identifying any risks in their business? What they're doing, are they looking at the training of their staff? Are their staff actually hold all the correct tickets in the first place? Are they qualified to do their job they're doing? Yeah. If they have the tickets, are they actually competent in using that equipment? As an example, I have an EWP ticket to be able to operate an elevated work platform. I would hate to see me operate an elevated work platform. Just because I have a ticket doesn't mean I'm competent in using it. Okay. So there's those types of.
So it's an initial assessment sort of process. What comes in after that?
So your competency, continual training through also consultation with the workers. You
do toolbox things.
Toolbox meetings. Yeah, absolutely.
You like to do.
Sorry. Toolbox meetings, and it's not just a chat. A lot of it there's a lot of discussion around the safety, around the risks in the business. It gives the opportunity for the workers to say, look, what I'm doing, I think, is it the safest or the best way to do it? Or I've got an idea. That could make it safer, and in turn could actually make it more profitable for the business to do as well. Yeah, that's why nowadays
it's one of those common management things. If you inject energy into your staff and in these sorts of things, then obviously you normally get a productivity hit or improvement because you're just spending time and energising it.
And that is where a lot of the time the HR and the workplace health and safety will overlap in ways. Because a lot of workplace health and safety is also going to be a great benefit for the business by having your employees being more involved in how the work's done. And again, they're through those toolbox meetings, further training, making sure that the business is aware when licences may need to be renewed, when their tickets are expiring, might need refresher training. Those sorts of things is the main area. Making sure that the company has its policies around this is what we are going to do as a company to make sure that we're safe, and then also making that available to all employees so everybody's aware of what's the responsibilities. What they're accountable for.
And you do these things ongoing for clients.
Absolutely.
Oh, fabulous, Wayne. Well, we're going to run out of time, so we better wrap up at that. Now, how do people get in touch with Wayne Bramwell and Bramwell and Partners?
www.bramwellpartners.com.au is our webpage, and wayne@bramwellpartners.com.au is my email address.
Fabulous.
So either way, it's probably the easiest.
Oh, great. Okay, Wayne, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Excellent.
All right, some really sombering and sobering stuff around compliance, but it is important. I think that's the resolver out of what we come here. But an important topic and affects business in so many different ways.
Thanks,
all right, thank you. I'm John Nayler, and that's another episode done of the eCentral Business Show. Thank you very much for watching another episode of the eCentral Business Show. What we're looking to do across the eCentral Business Show is bring to you the very best content from great people with really informative knowledge to share. It's something that you can listen to in the car. Don't watch it obviously when you're doing that, but we're looking to really bring value to you across LinkedIn, YouTube, podcastable content, so it's really great and informative business knowledge. So please tune in as much as you can. Now, the great ways to follow us, you can register on the database, make contact with us, and we'll put your email in. We're going to tell you each month what great videos will come out, and just give you a curated version through the eCentral magazine, where we're going to send you the most popular videos for the month. The other thing we can do is obviously invite you to connect with us on LinkedIn, linked up with myself, John Nayler. And the other thing, of course, is look up John Nayler on YouTube and subscribe to our channel there.